Hi. Today we are starting this workshop with Pinnacle Engineering. It's a very unique business that they have. And along with me is Mr. Prafulla and Vaishali Madam, who are the founders of this company, and Durgesh, who's part of this team. So, Mr. Prafulla, I'll go to you and I'll ask you as to why you've been thinking about franchising. This has been on your mind for quite some time now. And you're contemplating franchising this business. So I'll hear your thoughts in terms of why franchising for this particular segment, this particular sector, and what are your expectations from this particular workshop?
See, basically, like I told you, I mean, considering my over last 14 years experience, I found that joining top line and bottom line is very much difficult. The top line doesn't give me good profit margins, and the bottom lines are very difficult to tackle with. Secondly, we faced problems like I mean, we are very efficient up to procurement, engineering and procurement. But when it comes to construction or installation, then we have to face problems because of attrition, because of local problems, because of not getting labors in time and all that. And in that matter, local contractor is quite strong. Many a times we have been given right by the local contractor that being they are strong and being a big company, they always try to arm twist us. So when you want to execute the project at some places, so local factor becomes very much important to execute that project. Whereas our strength lies in engineering and procurement. So that is the reason we would like to franchise this model.
Perfect. Perfect. Just explain your business in a few seconds for us to get a brief understanding of the business, and then what are your expectations from this workshop?
Right. See, basically, over the period, I mean, I have come from the middle class background, and it is very much known to everyone that middle class background is always search of security, settlement, settle. We all want to get settled. So this settlement is always you always procrastinated about this settlement. So out of that mentality, we have created a business model which has four verticals: consultancy, trading, EPC, and manufacturing. So now normally when I go to the bank and if they ask me a question, so I always tell them, if you ask me a question, there are four answers of it, because I have four verticals. Normally you see there is only consultancy company, or there might be a trading company, or there might be EPC company. But I cannot give one straight answer. I have to give four answers from four different perspectives. And again, I'm not going into right or wrong, but we have settled in this model for last 14 years, and we have enjoyed the benefits that sometimes we have been given hand by the consultancy, sometimes we have been given hand by the projects, and we got survived. So this is a sustainable model. This is the sustainable model that we have created. Now, if we have to create a model that will sustain for generations together, because I'm looking at the thing that my next generations should come in this business and they should run this company generations together. So for that is the reason I wanted to create, and I always tell my employees that Pinnacle is not a money making machine. It's a mission. If you treat it as a mission and we have created this brand value in the market, then this brand value will help us to survive nicely. So that is the whole thing. We would like to start this franchising model.
What is your expectation from this workshop?
This workshop should put me on a path that I'm very much scared as of now, because I don't know what this franchising model will work, how it will be taken, how people will respond. Not always we will get good people, but sometimes we will get bad experience, which will tarnish my company's image, which I consider more valuable than any money or anything. So whatever the experiences, I mean, I want to mitigate those risks. So I by joining hands with Sparkle Mind, I should get an insight that what is to be done, what is to be not to be done. I just don't want to. And since you are the industry experts, so you have experience in your kitty of various businesses and various things could go wrong. So sometimes I feel I have a gut feeling. I think that way, but it may not be a practical way to do it. So I want that kind of guidance from you.
Yes, I'm going to help you understand what not to do very, very clearly. That is one of the essential things to do. But also, we have a multitude of challenges on hand with the business having multiple functionalities from services to trading to manufacturing. Okay. Generally, when we work with companies, there could be a manufacturing company whose franchise we are franchising. There could be a service company whose franchise we are franchising. There could be a trading company whose distribution network we are setting up. So this is a combination of everything. We need to create a model where we can harmonize everything and we can work on, I'm sure we'll have to work on phase-wise manner. We'll have to pick up the best things first and then go in order in a manner in which, franchises are able to execute the business with their own capabilities. It's very important to understand what franchises can do, what they cannot do. So I'm going to come back to you at the end of this workshop and see if we've got that clarity, see if we've achieved that roadmap, see if we've become very clear in terms of what we're going to do, and then, take this model forward. So let's get started with the workshop and hopefully we'll cover this journey. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Thank you.
Hi, we've just completed this franchise workshop with Pinnacle Engineering. It's a very, very interesting electrical solutions company. It provides end-to-end electrical solutions. And what we have discussed today is how can we franchise this entire business, which has got a multitude of service offerings, and how we can integrate franchises to come in and use the experience of Pinnacle and get a great business on the ground. And for Pinnacle, it becomes, servicing partners who are on the ground will be able to get business from that local territory, have a local connect, and be able to service customers in their respective zones. With me is Mr. Prafulla and the entire team. I'm going to ask them as to what the feedback has been in terms of this workshop and what are their key takeaways. Over to you, Mr. Prafulla.
All right. First of all, thanks, Aminji, for giving such a elaborative thought on the franchisee model. Today we understood in very much detail about this, how the way we are going to work on this franchisee model. And our takeaway is like we understood from your experience that how to approach a franchisee, what could be the interest of franchisee, how to ensure them, how to ensure the interest of franchisor. At the same time, how can it be taken to a multi-level, and we can really reap the benefits out of it the way we wish to have. Thank you.
We'll hear from Vaishali Madam also in terms of what her key takeaways have been from this workshop.
Okay. First of all, thank you for today's meeting. दूसरी चीज है कि आपने जो अभी इनपुट शेयर किए हैं तो उससे थोड़ा सा हमारा भी जो फ्रेंचाइजी मॉडल का जो कंसेप्ट है वो क्लियर हुआ है थोड़ा कि जो भी कुछ है वो सेंट्रलाइज करना पड़ेगा पिनाकल भी यहाँ पे, और उसमें से ही सारा जो फ्रेंचाइजी है वो आगे काम करेंगे, तो इससे पिनाकल का भी इंटरेस्ट उसमें अच्छी तरह से ये होगा और फ्रेंचाइजी को भी उसका वो जो शेयर मिलना चाहिए वो उसको मिलेगा।
हाँ बिल्कुल, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है। एक सेंट्रलाइज सिस्टम होता है, फिर फ्रेंचाइजीज अपने एंड पे काम करते हैं, फ्रेंचाइजीज ग्राउंड पे काम करते हैं, अपने कॉर्पोरेट लेवल पे काम करते हैं। तो ये जो पूरा सपोर्ट सिस्टम बनता है, पूरा जो जॉइंट वर्किंग बनती है, तभी जाकर के फ्रेंचाइजीज सक्सेसफुल होते हैं। सो आज का हमने ये वर्कशॉप आज का यहाँ पे वी हैव कंप्लीटेड दिस। Hopefully, I know that there are a lot of other interactions lined up. We are going to build this up more strongly and then help you create a very, very unique model that I'm sure will be very, very successful. Thank you so much, Prafulji. Thank you so much, Vaishali.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Anuj.